Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're heading back over to the JP shop for another install. Before we do that, we're still under 1,000 miles on this. We're at 976 and I want to give you a build update. So we went with the 3.5 inch JKS lift, 2.0 Fox shocks all the way around. We went with the Fox ATS steering stabilizer, 37 by 13.5 inch by 20 Mickey Thompson MTZ tires, 20 by 9 inch fuel Bajas. Onto the rear, we went with a TerraFlex spare tire adapter. I really like TerraFlex's setup there. Back to the front, we went with the Warn Xeon 10S winch. Warn's the best. I haven't had a chance to use it yet, but we're going to probably be using that very soon. Very soon, be patient guys. That's where we're at with the RubiBEAST build. Today we are going to be installing rock slide engineering. I mean, I probably don't need steps at this level yet for me personally, but my 8-year-old will tell you otherwise, because you should see her trying to get in here. She gets her leg and she's like, gets up in there. At some point, we probably will go larger on this Jeep as time goes on. This Jeep's gonna be here for the long haul, but we're gonna crawl before we walk, guys. I wanna have some fun. I wanna have some fun with this thing. All right, I'll stop talking. I'll see you over at the JP shop. We're installing this rock slide engineering steps, side steps. I mean, not only are they steps, they are heavy duty protection for the side of your Jeep. Tracy's gonna go over what the kit comes with.
You don't actually tap into any sort of source. You don't have to cut any wires for this. They give you pre-made magnetic sensors and magnets to go with it, as you can tell. There's some beefy magnets. This is going to be your module box. This controls all the steps. This is what you plug everything into. This is the main wiring harness, which gives you the wire to go to the battery, go to the box. It goes to the step harness that's down there. It'll even go to the lights that if you want to buy, you can buy separately. It goes to the magnetic sensors. And we also have our bag of hardware and our 6 various brackets to mount these with.
So the one thing that we're going to do a little bit differently, and it's only because Tracy has installed plenty of these steps, we're going to do the wiring first.
You got to make some holes in the rubber grommets that are in the floor. I run the wires where they need to go. I get everything all situated. I put the interior pretty much back together except for the sensors, because sometimes they're a little iffy depending if you've got them plugged in all the way. And I don't always pull the sticky parts off the magnets until I've got all the steps wired up. But when you do the wiring first, when you're doing the steps, the RTV has time to dry and you won't actually put your carpet onto wet RTV, which if you ever have to do anything with the wiring harness again, you could potentially pull up the carpet with the RTV and it will make an absolute mess out of your carpet.
You can follow
the instructions.
Yeah, that will work fine too. There's tips and tricks from the JP shop, Beast Projects. You know, he's been doing these for a while.
I want to say this is maybe my 7th or 8th pair of steps I've installed, so.
And plenty more, because if you guys need a set of these steps, you can contact the JP shop. Information's on the website and in the video descriptions, and they'll get you hooked up. You can get it shipped to your house. You can come here, have them install it. Tracy will do the install for you. And another cool thing with these steps is that they don't plug into your OBD2 port. So you're not losing the capability.
You're not losing anything.
Yeah, you don't need a pass-through harness or anything crazy like that.
It's its own module.
System.
All it needs is power and ground.
Which is really cool. But the biggest benefactor is, you know, if we do go to 40s one day and we go to a 6-inch lift, it's going to make it a lot easier to get inside. And it's going to protect the whole bottom half of this Jeep, the whole rocker section here. And another thing with these, which I'm going to show you, but look, this is the stock sliders right here, and see how far that comes up towards your tire? I'm going to show you after we install this the difference, and it's going to help for some clearance when we do take this thing off-road.
The front is going to be 4 1/4 or so.
Okay.
Yeah, about 4 1/4. Back 2 inches.
2 inches. So we'll make note of that, and we'll revisit that after the installation. But you know, this this stuff right here is some high quality, heavy duty stuff. And if we get to it today, we're going to be installing our power tank, our CO2 power tank to have onboard air. I'm looking forward to this for when I go off-road, because I mean, it takes seconds to fill your tires up. Great company, Power Tank, and they're a supporter of the channel. Definitely need to check those guys out. Hopefully we get to that install today. If not, definitely show you guys in a future video. One thing to note, guys, with the instructions, all these wires are coded.
They're labeled, they're color coded, and they tell you exactly what they're for and where they go.
And the instructions are very detailed, and they're colored.
If you print them colored.
If you print them colored, yeah. If you have a color printer.
They don't actually send instructions with these, but you can always look on, you can always just pull the instructions up on your phone, on your tablet if you're doing it at home. Then you don't have to worry about wasting paper or your ink, so.
And you know why they do that?
Just in the environment.
Well, that, and just in case there's any changes or modifications with their kits in the futures as they upgrade it. Because, guys, it's rock slide engineering. They're always making changes to make things better for all of us.
We've got our fancy bag of hardware. We've got the bolts for the body mount brackets, and we've got the nuts and washers for the pinch weld studs. So we're about to completely bolt everything up on the rock sliders, and we're almost there. We're almost done.
So we're putting the hardware together. And Tracy's telling me I'm putting the washer on the wall.
He was.
Like, what do you mean? It goes on. It doesn't matter which way it goes.
He was trying to put the washer on like this, so when you look at it, it's not appealing looking. But if you use the round side out, then it looks better.
That extra attention to detail here at the JP shop, I'll tell you, guys go above and beyond for sure.
Well, he was trying to put the washers on wrong.
You'd think he was trained by someone that was OCD or something.
Yeah, right? So we're just gonna prep the area where we're gonna install the lights with some alcohol. Now, Tracy, if the customer doesn't opt for the light upgrade, will it still be included with the harness?
Yes, which I recommend always fishing the light plug through, even if you don't have the lights at the moment.
It's going to angle out towards the actual steps and ground, so you have good visibility getting in and out.
And then we can just simply zip tie the wires through these holes, and then we'll be good to go. And then we'll just zip tie these two out the way.
And then what are we going to do?
The other side.
Repeat the process on the other side.
Get in.
Check it out.
You can see we got the lights. They're pretty bright. They'll be good in the nighttime. And
yeah, definitely. You're going to see that.
You can clearly see them on the ground, and we've got the shop lights on. So.
Now, what happens if you're standing on it and you open the door?
I don't know. I don't want to try. Just don't.
It's not going to pinch you. It'll stop.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll test it. I'll be the guinea pig. I'm going to put my foot right here.
I didn't do anything.
Oh, it stopped. It stopped. I didn't put a lot of pressure on there at all. I wasn't even putting any weight really on there, and it stopped. Very cool safety feature. And if you take your doors off in the future, you turn that switch off, because, well, they would be down all the time. But I guess you could drive with them down if you wanted to.
They sell something for doorless.
Wasn't a lot.
We were at, I think it was about 2 inches or so. We're now at 5.5.
Wow, what a difference.
And in the front, it's kind of going to be different because I turned the wheel, but in theory, this turned wheel should be a little bit more. We're at about 7 inches of clearance. But as you can see, we turned the whole wheel and we didn't hit on anything.
In comparison of the stock,
you almost hit the wheels on the OEM ones.
It was
close, yes.
Yeah. So what are some of the features with the switch?
If you're on the trails, if you're doing something, if you don't want someone to open the door by accident, or if somebody accidentally leaves the door and you're on the trails, you could potentially rip them off. But since with this switch, you can turn them off. Or you can actually turn them off and they'll stay down in case you were at, I don't know, a show, if you wanted to bring your Jeep to a show or not. Or if you hit the switch, the other side will go down. So when you turn the steps back on, they actually relearn themselves, so they'll go back down and they'll come back up. But when we turn them off, you can open the door and the steps stay up.
Oh, perfect.
So if you're off-road, if you're doing something where you don't want to damage the step from opening the door, or if you're going doorless, you can turn them off. Turn them back on. And another feature is if your leg's here, they'll stop. See, it stopped and it went back up. So you won't really hurt yourself with the step. It's not going to take out your whole leg. You'll just feel a little, I don't know, it's like a kid touching your leg or something. I don't know. Somebody.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt at all. Like I tried it earlier, guys. Family friendly. You don't have to worry about your kids getting hurt on these steps, and they are high quality, heavy duty. I love the way that these steps are designed.
If you're doing it on a lift, if you've got a little bit of experience, if you know how to do it, it should take you 3 to 4 hours. The book calls for 4. It all depends. But if you're filming it, it's going to take a little bit longer. if you're trying to make a video out of it, but
yeah, we don't. No one has to make a video.
No,
because
not at all.
We just made the best video out there on YouTube.
And
so.
this is a really simple install. I think
it's going to take a little bit of time.
it's just going to take time.
But
Nothing's too hard.
The kit's well engineered and well put together, especially the wiring. And if you guys are scared of the wiring stuff,
It's plug and play.
yeah, it's legit plug and play. All the wires are like perfect length for everything, and you plug everything in. It's simple. It's a very simple install when the wiring in. It's just going to take a little time with the other stuff. Just take your time, be patient. You don't need a lift to do it. We just did it to expedite the process today, and we have a lift, so why
We're
not
tall.
use it, right?
Make them for your 2-door, or they make them for your 4-door. So it's not like, oh, you've got a 2-door, it won't fit. They make them.
We got to see the little one try these steps out.
This should be super easy for them.
Oh, yeah.
The step's almost.
Oh yeah.
How far is the step from the ground? We're gonna be having what? Oh, just over a foot.
It's like 15 inches.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
she'll have no.
anybody can get up
Yeah,
in
my
there.
8-year-old have no problem
Yeah.
getting in the Jeep now.
Hey.
Do you want to see what we installed today?
Sure. Let me put this in here first.
Oh yeah. Oh, what was that? It's a rock slider, so it protects the whole side of your Jeep. And trust me, Heddy, these things are heavy duty.
Are they?
Guess what? There's a lot of safety features involved in this too. So Kylie, hop on out.
Are these the ones that we were watching that
Rock
could
slide
stay down
engineering.
or? Okay, cool.
You think they're really aggressive, right? You hear that thump,
Yeah.
right? You think you're gonna get hurt if you open the door, right? Oh. I'm bleeding! No, didn't even hurt. Barely, it was like a tap. It was like that. It was like that. Very cool product by Rock Slide Engineering. They have a lot of other products as well. Make sure you check them out. And if you want any of these steps or any of their other products, hit up the JP shop. They'll get you hooked up. They'll get it installed for you if you're local and you want to have them install it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you're stopping by for the first time, make sure you smash tap, do something to that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. We love you guys. We'll see you on the next upload.